Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on The Score, a crime drama that's also a musical. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 9. Book 9 now available. Only on Amazon. Now, so these two guys, I thought this was going to be a gangster movie, like low-level gangster movie in the UK, which I love. I love those kinds of movies. And then it turns out it's a musical, which not as much. So these gangsters meet for a meeting, and the one younger gangster sees this girl and instantly falls in love with her, and then, of course, starts singing. Uh, from the producers of Yesterday. So I think the plot is about, him trying to woo the girl, and they come to the conclusion if he can get 10,000 pounds, I guess, that she'll run away with it. Okay, seems like a weird bar, but okay. So he decides, I'm going to get $10,000 so I can run away with you, and they're from two different worlds, but they're coming together, and he's singing and singing, and I think the guy who plays his boss or partner is the guy who writes the music. I think this guy. So there's Will Poulter. I'm going to play just the credits here. Naomi Aki, and then with original songs by Johnny Flynn. Yeah, so he writes all the music, and then here's some of the other characters, some of the unsavory characters, and then, they're going to do this one last job. It's typical gangster thinking. So let's see who wrote this thing. Written and directed by Malachi Smith. All right, that was easy enough. It just seems to be those three main actors. There seems to be a couple other actors, but I think they're very sort of secondary, with Johnny Flynn starring and doing the songs. And then Will singing. I don't see Naomi singing, which I would expect, because, female singer, be part of the deal. Maybe not. I don't know. So, I'd rather see the crime. I mean, I'm not a musical guy. I hate it when people are singing what they're doing. But do the songs look bad? No. But it's not my kind of music. It's like love song type music. And feels very much like a play. So it probably was. I'm going to guess it was. Wait, let's see. Maybe on the credits they would tell us if it was based on... no, it doesn't say that. But it feels very much like, a play that was turned into a movie. So, first act, they meet up to talk about this job, and he is, the boss guy, Johnny, is kind of annoying, and he's sort of a young thug, up and coming, doesn't totally listen, gets himself in some trouble, and said no, is an important score, whatever. And then he sees this girl, is instantly smitten, sings a song about it, I assume. And then there's a problem. Like, he's meeting these guys, and there's going to be a big score, and he's busy wooing this girl. So they meet the guys, they decide they're going to do this job. At the same time, he's wooing this girl. The other guy's saying, no, man, don't get involved with some chick. We got to do this job. It's really important. We're going to make a lot of money. And then, he gets this promise from her. Oh, if I can get 10,000, I don't know, pounds, quids, whatever it is, will you run away with me? And I guess she says yes. And so then the job changes. And then he probably ends up fighting all the criminals to escape with the money. There's only like one scene where she's like looking at money, and then here, I don't know. I assume this launches into yet another song, and there'll be songs. And then, the most dramatic way to end something like this would be somebody dies, but it is a play, and they tend to sort of kick their game up in the writing department in a play because you kind of have to. It has to be better written because you don't have all the set pieces, you know, and all the action sequences that you would in a movie. So I would assume maybe there's more to this. Maybe the girl has set him up the whole time and double crosses him and steals the money, or he sacrifices himself to save the girl because he loves her so much, and they were a doomed romance, but he gives her the money. Or they both get away happily ever after, and they leave Johnny to, you know, take the fall. Something like that. There'll probably be a reversal at the end that you don't see coming. So, I mean, if you like musicals, I think you should support more independently produced stuff. This feels a lot more independent. I never heard of it before. I like this sort of double entendre with the score. I mean, it wouldn't be my first choice. I mean, if it was on, maybe I'd watch it to check it out. But again, I really tend to hate musicals, even though I love the Book of Mormon. The music doesn't, I mean, I would think you should showcase the music a little more in the trailer. Unless there's not a lot of songs in it, it's kind of hard to tell. They showed a couple of songs. They sounded kind of the same. It could have been the same song. So I would think you should maybe show, if you're going to show a musical trailer, a trailer with a musical, that's a musical, that you would show at minimum, if there are, let's say there are, I'm going to guess 6 songs in the musical, 2 songs in every act, seems about right. You should at least showcase, I would say, minimum 4 of those songs. Just a couple of lines. The 4 most different ones, you know? But I think they only showcased 2, and they feel very similar. If you're only going to showcase 2, then I really need to see you showcase the 2 most different ones. But that might give you the wrong impression too, right? Like if the first one is sort of a rock ballad and then the second one's like this really upbeat, punky thing, you might say, oh, half the movie's going to be this upbeat thing, and then get disappointed. So, I just don't think you're showcasing the music enough for a musical. Maybe they're all like that. That's going to lull me to sleep, those songs, the ones you showcase. So, not for me. But that all being said, it looks well produced, looks well acted. But for someone who likes musicals, I think this could be good. I'm not knocking it. Cool your jets, theater majors. Cool your jets. I'm not knocking it. It's not my thing. So, yeah, the score. If you like musicals, check it out. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes, including a Hollywoke hot take and a news blast coming your way. And we'll see you in the next one.